You know what's more tragic than a Wi-Fi cut during your favorite show? Your English routine. You open Duolingo once, take a screenshot, slap it on your story, and suddenly, congrats! You think you're fluent? Wake up! Here's the truth, 80% of learners quit in the first 3 months. Why? Because they treat English like a New Year's resolution. Loud on day 1, dead by day 30. If you're here, I believe that you want answers on how to improve your English. Let me introduce the two main characters who will give you the answer. Lisa. The kind of person who runs an English club and somehow enjoys it. She believes English should be part of your breakfast. And Jimmy. Office zombie by day, Netflix binge watcher by night, and proud member of the I'll Start Tomorrow club. Let's see how these two try to sneak English into daily life with 3 simple routines. This episode isn't just about better English, it's about a better life. Be patient and watch till the end, because if you can't finish this episode, how will you stick to learning?
I don't get how you can wake up so early, Lisa. It's only 7 a.m., and you look like you just aced the IELTS test.
Haha, because morning is golden hour. The brain's still fresh, not crushed by emails and deadlines yet. That's when I squeeze in my English time.
Well, I squeeze in 10 more minutes of sleep.
That's why you've been saying, I want to restart my English for 6 months. And your top vocab is still very good and sorry.
Hey, sorry is super flexible, okay? Well, my motivation about learning English has an expiration date, and this has been going on for years now. This time, I missed a promotion because my boss said I wasn't ready to talk with international clients.
Oh, I'm sorry for you.
So I think I really need your help. I know it's too late, but
It's never too late to start getting serious about something. It's only too late for a lifetime if we don't get serious about change. I used to scroll my phone the moment I woke up. But then one day,
I knew it. You're about to tell a story, right?
you bet. Back when I was still stuck in my lazy routines, that was before the English club even existed, I met my boss who changed how I saw things. He told me, your habits are stronger than your goals. Fix the habits first. That hit me hard. I realized I didn't need more motivation. I needed better mornings. Because of that, I decided to try something new the next morning. No phone for the first 30 minutes.
What? No phone? Then what did you do?
I did my morning English trio, played a 5-minute TED Talk while making coffee, brushed my teeth with an English podcast, then wrote 2 to 3 daily goals in English.
Wow. Sounds like you're planning world domination.
Nope, just doing what I normally do but with English built in. It's called habit stacking.
Habit stacking?
Yeah, like drinking coffee while listening to English news, brushing teeth and listening to English podcast, writing to-do list in English. You don't need more time, just change the content.
So, instead of TikTok in the morning, I can watch Cat Speaking English.
Oh, okay. Cats speaking English? Better than just watching cats play piano?
One video won't kill me. Okay, I'll try it tomorrow, but what about afternoons? After lunch, my brain just wants a nap.
Mine too. But instead of doom scrolling, I take mini English breaks.
Mini breaks? Like what? Flashcards?
Nope. Pomodoro style. 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of English. I read short English articles during those 5-minute breaks. News, fun facts, anything. Just to keep the language flowing,
So, while others scroll memes, you scroll English.
basically. And around 3 or 4 p.m., I do voice practice. I record myself talking about my day in English.
Wait, like, Dear Diary, but out loud?
Exactly. Just a quick summary about what I did and what I felt. No grammar stress, just speaking freely.
That's kind of cool. But what if people hear me and think I've lost it?
Then just wear earphones and pretend you're on a call. Boom. Problem solved. And if I go for a walk, I pop in an English podcast. Makes walking feel productive.
Podcasts while walking? I like that. Beats listening to my neighbor's dog bark.
And now, evening.
Uh-oh, here comes the no Netflix speech, right?
Not no Netflix, just English Netflix. Replace your native language shows with English ones. 30 minutes of a fun series with English subtitles. Or even better, like something you already love, but in English.
I love cooking.
Then follow instructions in English. Boom. English listening and a delicious meal. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Genius. And after dinner, I just want to chill with my family.
Great. Do family English time. Everyone shares one thing they're grateful for in English. Ending the day on a warm note and with English.
That's sweet. Morning, afternoon, evening. You've turned your life into English class.
Not class. Just habits. Stacked smartly.
Right. English. Everywhere, but in chill mode.
Exactly.
All right, Lisa, it's 10 p.m. Tell me you're not still doing English at this hour.
I am, but it's the calmest part. First, I do English journaling. Just 5 short sentences about my day. What I did, what I felt. One small win.
5 sentences? That's not too scary.
Exactly. It helps my brain wrap up the day. In English.
So, dear diary, I ate too much rice again?
Yes, that totally counts.
What next? Don't say grammar homework.
Nope. I read for 10 minutes. Could be a book, comic, anything not TikTok. Just calm words because your brain rests and learns.
All right, 5 sentences and 10 minutes of reading. Got it. Is that it?
One last thing. Sometimes I use English meditation apps. Perfect for falling asleep and training your ears.
Wait, there's meditation. In English too?
Oh yes, sleep plus English is the best combo.
Wow, you're starting to sound like a motivational poster.
Then I guess it's working.
But Lisa, be honest. Do your club members ever cry over English? Just asking for a friend.
Only when they meet present perfect for the first time. But seriously, mistakes aren't scary. They're just data, not failures.
Data, so like, every time I say I late, it's research?
Exactly. You're basically a walking English experiment. Just start small. 5 minutes of English per activity.
Like 5 minutes when I open email?
Yep. Or 5 minutes before your boss calls you in.
English plus stress. Definitely a tough double combo.
Better than no English at all. Remember, consistency beats intensity.
What if I study 2 hours every Sunday?
Still worse than 15 minutes daily.
Fine, but I still forget to keep it up.
That's why you need an accountability partner. Someone to check in, remind you, tease you if you skip.
So, like you?
I already do that, and I don't even get paid.
True friendship.
Time's up, 8 minutes gone. Those 3 habits? Simple, you've heard them before. But let's be real, knowing isn't doing. If you want to speak English well, stop waiting for motivation. Don't wait for a free day or a good mood to show up. Here's your week 1 challenge. Pick one morning English activity, track your daily English exposure for 7 days. And after completing the challenge, post your thoughts in the comments section with the hashtag #DailyEnglishHabits. Remember, English fluency comes from daily habits, not perfect study sessions. So if you're nodding your head right now, great. Now stop nodding and start doing.